Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Lincoln Douglas, Internet Flame Wars. Debate between two opposing parties has been a human tradition since we can talk. And now tonight we present one such debate. First, in this battle for debate supremacy, Master Debate Hood, please welcome to the stage from Binghamton, New York, a graduate of the University of Binghamton with a degree in theatrics, Mr. Brett Tribe. Sit down. And now please welcome to the stage with a degree in the English language and possibly literature from the University of Texas A&M from Sulphur Springs, Tejas, Mr. Joshua Phillips. Sit down. Sit down. Okay. To start this debate with our first question, can I get a suggestion, please? A topic of debate.
Brett Favre's penis.
Brett Favre's penis. Okay. Mr. Tribe.
Yes.
Brett Favre, shares your name first, not the second, has been accused of text picturing his genitals to a lady who was not his wife. Would you do that?
Well, I'll be honest. I have done it. And it's only because I have an incredibly impressive member. If I didn't share it with the world, what kind of man would I be?
Mr. Phillips, what kind of man would Mr. Tribe be if he did not share his alleged impressive member with the world?
Well, I would be one to know, Mr. Trapka, because I'm the one that received that unfortunate text.
All right. On to the next topic. Let me see. What is our next topic? Anything at all?
Candy.
Candy. Chocolate or fruit flavored? Mr. Tribe, not far.
Chocolate or fruit flavored?
Chocolate or fruit flavored? No mint. Fuck mint.
I will go with chocolate. Because it is quite delicious. And you can have it in so many different forms. I just love to pop it in my mouth. And
this is a family
it
show.
On myself.
Mr. Phillips.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Chocolate if I was done with you.
Well, Mr. Tribe obviously doesn't know me very well because I prefer fruit, but the picture of his member was in Hershey's. He's a chocolate man. In taste, not in length.
I see what you did there. Can I have another topic, please? Anything at all?
Healthcare.
Healthcare. Mr. Tribe, do you believe in science, or do you think that just going, the power of Christ compels you, will get rid of cancer?
Well, I'm a big proponent of aspirin. It's incredibly cheap, it's readily available, and it cures just about damn near everything. So I say, feel sick? Pop some aspirin in there.
Mr. Phillips, does the power of aspirin compel you?
The power of aspirin does not compel me. I think that it says a lot for our congregation, if I may refer to you.
You may.
That we have somebody talking about the power of aspirin, but he has 2 diabetic children and 1 wife that is very sick.
Mr. Tribe, is that true? You only keep 1 wife?
At this moment, yes.
How do you feel about his at this moment? Do you think that that shows promise for Mr. Tribe?
I think his wife is very lovely. I thought the previous one was lovelier, though.
Mr. Tribe, do you accept Mr. Phillips's invitation to swing? That's what it sounded like to me.
Well, with that interpretation, I'm afraid, Mr. Phillips, I'll have to pass.
Mr. Phillips, do you accept that?
I'm kind of confused. He said pass.
I'm not taking a pass at you, Mr. Phillips. I'm passing on your advances towards me and my second wife.
Okay. Can I have another topic, please?
TSA pat-downs.
TSA pat-downs. Mr. Tribe, do you fly?
I
In a
do.
plane, not like Superman.
Oh, of course, in a plane. Don't be ridiculous.
You're saying Superman? Mr. Tribe, do you think Superman's not real?
He's a DC comic book character. He's been in movies and television shows and radio, but that means he's a fictional person. He doesn't really exist.
Mr. Phillips, you sound like you have something to say in response to that horrible slander.
My two strapping boys are watching from home, and I would like to tell them that Santa Claus and Superman are both real. Okay, this man is of the devil. They are all real. So is Wonder Woman.
Mr. Tribe, how do you respond that you are, in fact, a man of Satan, or Beelzebub, if you will? Or are you going to assert that he is also a fictional character?
Watch close, congregation.
Don't let Mr. Phillips distract you with his Jesus talk. He doesn't really know what it's like to be a real human being. He hides behind the cross, like some sort of Judas, if you will.
You gonna take that?
Of course not. I was waiting for you to give me the
Do it.
what for.
Do it.
First off, I take offense to the Jew part of Judas. The stress that you gave there was quite uncouth. Secondly, this congregation, they're a congregation. They've got my back. They believe in Jesus just as much as I do. And it's my children should as well.
It's an audience.
Are you,
Oh, sorry.
You're an audience. You're an audience.
You don't have the floor.
I
Well,
don't have the floor.
Just because I'm not talking doesn't mean you can. Next topic, please.
Christianity versus Scientology.
Christianity versus Scientology. Mr. Tribe, do you submit to the one true deity, Xenu?
I have many friends in Hollywood, and they support me in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And their funds come through the Church of Scientology, so I do have a soft spot for them. I believe that they should be tax exempt, and they should be free to believe that aliens from 10 trillion years ago came to Earth on DC-9s, strapped people to volcanoes, dropped nuclear bombs in those volcanoes, blew them up, and now their spirits float around the Earth, get inside ourselves, and make us feel bad. They're called Thetans, and it's awful.
Mr. Phillips, the last time you had your e-reading, what was your Thetan level at?
Yes.
We're all waiting to find out.
I agree completely.
All right, next topic. Sorry?
Lava.
Lava. For lo, these many years, Pompeii has laid beneath a hardened layer of molten lava. No longer molten, now hard. It's pumice, I believe. Igneous rock.
Yes.
Do you believe that rescue missions to Pompeii to perhaps look for survivors are a waste of Italian government funds? And please think carefully before you answer.
Mr. Berlusconi has a responsibility to all his citizens, whether alive or dead, or possibly dead. I mean, they could be Schrodinger's corpses. We won't know if they're dead until we uncover them and find their bodies dead or alive. At this moment, they could be one or the other, like a particle or a wave.
Mr. Phillips, do you believe we should excavate the site at Pompeii to perhaps look for survivors from 60 BC?
I think that it says a lot about this gentleman's fiscal policy that he is willing to spend your tax dollars to look for Italian cats.
Noted. Next topic, please.
The commercialization of the Green Lantern.
Commercialization of the Green Lantern. Mr. Phillips, you will have the floor first on this one.
Kids,
Kyle Radner or Hal Jordan?
Rainer!
kids, Daddy's gonna have to talk about superheroes again. I think it's very, very wrong that Hollywood has turned the Green Lantern from a black symbol of black power, wearing a green ring.
Just that one time.
That one time that my kids liked to read to some white boy.
Traditionally speaking, now the floor would belong to Mr. Tribe, but I can't help but notice that one could make a solid argument that this jacket and the pants and the socks are a shade of yellow. What the fuck?
I was getting dressed for my congregation. I'm a preacher by day.
Maybe you were afraid they had certain power rings.
Kids, Daddy's about to have to show his power right now.
Mr. Tribe, you have the floor now.
Well, I think it shows that Mr. Phillips has a distinct lack of knowledge about the history, the grand history and tradition of the Green Lantern and his Corps.
He did only talk about the one in the cartoon.
Yes. The John Stewart, and I'm not referring to The Daily Show. His name was actually John Stewart. He was a black Green Lantern.
With an H.
Yes. And the original Green Lantern was from the Golden Age. He had a weakness to wood. And then we were treated to the Silver Age Hal Jordan, which is the most common one, and one I believe will be appearing in the film. That was followed up by John Stewart, then Guy Gardner, then Kyle Rayner, and once again back around to Hal Jordan, who is now the star of the current Green Lantern series. I think that Green Lantern should be commercialized because he is one of the greatest heroes in DC's pantheon and should be shared on the silver screen with every single one of you.
I think it's safe to say that we will not have to be in any threat of a woman being sexually harassed by you.
I think that point goes to Mr. Tribe. Next topic, please.
George Paternity leave.
I heard George Lucas first, but I'll get to you next, sir. George Lucas. What's he hiding in that pouch? Mr. Tribe.
I believe it's the original script for Return of the Jedi, otherwise known as Revenge of the Sith.
Mr. Phillips, your theory?
I believe that he was on a 25-year maternity leave.
Wonderful segue. Mr. Phillips, do you believe in your heart that, not in your brain, mind you, this is a heart, this is a feeling thing, that a man should be entitled to just as much leave after a child that he is half of the genetic material for has been born, or should he just man up and get back to work?
I don't know about you, Mr. Trapka.
This isn't about me.
I don't know about you, Mr. Trapka, but when I'm getting done making one of my strapping young men, it takes about 9 months worth of energy out of me. And I believe in women's rights. I believe that the women of the congregation have just as much a right to, do all kinds of things, like, give me a gift when I propose to them. I feel it is very unfair. I think that it gets off our entire culture, not to mention our marriages, off to a wrong start, that women are expected to receive this lavish gift, $5,000 or more. And I didn't get a pocket watch like I asked for.
Mr. Tribe, would you have liked to have received a pocket watch upon your engagement to your beautiful, beautiful second wife?
I'll be honest. I have a cell phone, and I use that to tell the time. So no, I didn't expect a gift. I mean, the gift would be her saying yes, which she did. And therefore, we got married and had tons and tons of raucous sex. That's the only gift I asked for from any woman.
One final topic, please.
Daily Show or Colbert Report?
Gentlemen, I have some alarming news. It seems that Comedy Central has created a new pop culture force known as Tosh.0. And apparently it's kind of like The Soup with Joel McHale, but maybe less snarky. I don't know, I haven't seen it, I'm just aware of it. Do you really think they need a third thing to comment on the things that go around in this world of things. Mr. Phillips, you have the floor.
I'm supposed to do something with that question.
Mr. Tribe, your retort.
I'll say this, because I do actually have a response. I don't find Daniel Tosh to be very funny. Therefore, I think his show should be canceled and replaced with those hilarious puppets that make prank phone calls.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a round of applause for the Masters Debate!